Guys, not to steal Billy's bit, but I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Okay.
My pickle is this. My brother's bachelor party coming up in September.
Love it.
Okay.
The one that was on Mystery Crate.
Yes. The only brother I have. Right. So
go on.
With
really?
that. I only have one brother. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had like 3.
I got me, my brother, and my sister. So it's 3 of us.
Oh,
That's
wow.
probably where you got the 3 from.
You're the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yeah. It's
You
me,
just
my
seem like
sister,
someone
my
that grew up in a house with several brothers.
I grew up with my neighbor across the street who had 3 brothers, one who was much older than us, one who was a little bit older than us, and then he was a year older than me.
So that's where you get it. That's where you get it from.
I grew up with them, yeah. And then they had a friend who is actually a fireman at this station right here on 5th Street.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, can you ask him what we're supposed to do when the fire alarm goes off in the Elser?
He's shown up at the Elser before.
Were you just pointing in the correct direction?
Yeah, that is absolutely the correct direction. It's right here, on this street right here. But so
He's right, actually.
I know. Thank you. Yeah. His nephew ends up being one of my best friends later down the line. Funny story. So I grew up with a lot of...
Feels like a Disney movie.
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of guys. So my brother's bachelor party in September. We're going to go play golf. We're going to go to Cabot Citrus Farms. You heard of that?
I have.
Okay, so it's like this... Can you explain it, Chris, to people that don't play golf maybe?
When you said
explain it.
Cabot,
I've heard of it.
envisioned cheese.
I've heard of
And
it,
then
but I
when you
don't
said
know details about
citrus, oranges.
Yeah,
So
but then
is
it's
it
a
citrus
farm, so
or
you
a
think
cheese
animals,
farm?
but then it's all
Right.
golf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's weird. So they have like a bunch of different courses.
This is like what's the place in California? It's like something farms, and it's just like an amusement park.
I'm picturing instead of like a
Farm.
big field with a bunch of cows in it, it's just like golf carts being like just a bunch of field of golf
Herding.
carts. It's just like, oh look, there's golf
Chewing
carts
grass.
So
Golf carts chewing.
we're gonna go play golf for the weekend up there in the Tampa St. Pete area.
Love it.
My issue is since the baby's been born, I haven't played, and I haven't been able to play as regularly as I'd like to try and warm up for multiple rounds of golf throughout the weekend. So how do I break it to Jenny, knowing that obviously I play basketball every Saturday in the mornings at 7:30? How do I break it to Jenny? Hey, I want to start playing golf more. It's going to be, obviously it's going to cost some money because we got to go play some golf. And I may have to get new clubs.
Are we
Because
willing?
the clubs I have.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things.
Are we
that's
willing
stacking
to
up.
lie?
Of course,
Let's start with first of all, are you willing to lie? Second of
Yes.
all, maybe we start small. Like, can you give up a couple hours a week starting now to do like a 9-hole round, perhaps on a municipal course, something not too pricey?
Sure.
I'm
we could do that.
I'm thinking it's for a couple weeks post work range session where, honey, I got to stay late today.
Dialing in the shot again.
Honey, we got a meeting, got to do an
Okay,
extra
so
mystery
Chris just
crate.
went straight to lying.
Right. I mean, I'm telling you.
He asked me if I was willing to lie.
I've been in
The
this
answer is
game.
yes.
Sometimes it's the best option.
Okay. So you're thinking range before we actually hit the links. Try to shore up the swing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, buying clubs.
It's a big commitment, obviously, because when you buy clubs that are nice clubs, they're going to cost you $8, $9, a grand, maybe more. Fitted to you, you're thinking more than that, or less than that?
No, that's about right.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you need a full set though? Like, do you need every club?
My issue is that
can you get like 7 clubs to start
right?
out?
I could. Would that be less expensive getting them kind of one by one?
No one ever hits that 3-iron.
Really?
Right.
I love a good 3-iron.
Really?
Yeah, especially when I'm in an open like par 5, and just kind of tee off.
Off the you like that instead of like a fairway wood. You like the iron better.
Yeah.
Oh.
In a year, if you've only used the clubs like maybe 10 times, are you going to be like, why did I get a full set of clubs?
10
Or
rounds
will
in
you
10
one
be
rounds,
year.
like-
yeah,
That'd be a lot.
That's a lot.
No, it's not.
I mean, with the baby, that's my only caveat.
Well, okay, then that's my point. If 10's a lot, then maybe you shouldn't get a full.
But the thing is,
For me, 10 would also be a lot, but I don't have a full set of clubs. I have like 8 clubs.
the clubs that I have are small, and I always get made fun of because obviously my height. I didn't get fitted for the clubs that I have, so they're smaller clubs. So I end up, you know how they tell you, hold on, Danny, you're going to have to zoom out here so we can see the full scope if you're watching on YouTube or DraftKings Network. So when you're golfing, right, Chris, you're supposed to be a little bit more stood up. No?
Yeah, you don't want to be crouched.
You don't want to
too
be crouched,
much.
right? Because obviously that means that your club is reaching the distance that it needs to reach for when you pull back and then you take the shot.
Zagak.
My issue is that the clubs that I'm using are for somebody like Ethan's height.
I feel like my clubs are too short was a pretty standard thing that's easy to understand.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, I
you
don't know
standing
if
up
we
and like
needed-
showing
No,
us. You're
but
like,
I need
if
you
you
to.
don't know what I mean. It's like, yes,
No, I need you to
they're too
see.
short.
I need you to see how short they are.
He
So-
just wants you to see his form. That's all it is.
No,
Come
I
on.
don't because I didn't
So
even try.
size.
Yeah,
but
we get it. They're short. You could've
I
got
have
that
to.
too.
I have to crouch down like this, Chris.
Ah, there we go. That's
not-
what he
that's-
wanted us
that's
to
not
see.
true.
So they're
That's not
okay,
true.
got
So
it.
they're
So
not
he wanted
small.
To show us his abs.
Yeah.
They're tiny.
Well, dunking the
Yeah,
They're tiny.
they're not made for an infant either. Whatever you were doing there was not correct.
That's how I
That was
swing because the pitching
gloves
wedge
for
is
a
so
4-year-old.
small.
yeah, sir. And that 4-year-old.
The nine,
So
the
you're
nine,
using, like,
the
the-
9 iron is like this long.
You're using like the putt for the little kid like club.
Right.
basically.
Those kids'
It's a
clubs
ram
are
set
still-
for God's sake.
Ah, ram set.
It's the starter ram set that I've had for
So-
15 years.
I mean, you guys live in South Florida. There has to be a market for used clubs down there. Can
there
you
is.
just get someone's old clubs?
Do you have a guy?
There's a million retired people. There's Facebook Marketplace.
It's
There's
Jeff
probably
eBay.
so many people that don't use their clubs at all. You could just get second.
So then I get secondhand clubs,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Say it's like $100, $200, secondhand clubs.
Start
full
building
set.
up a little set.
I'm being told in my ear that Danny's dad's clubs are for sale.
Yeah, but the thing is, Danny's
tall is
dad
he?
is not 6'4". That's the
Danny's
issue.
like
Yeah.
4'11".
Danny's
so
Danny's
I
a
can't
tall one in his
imagine.
family.
Right.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
No, I've
so
seen
then-
his brother. His brother's taller.
Yeah, taller than him, but they're both bigger than his parents.
Right. So okay. So we go used clubs, but then how do I
Now,
work
okay,
in
but here
trying
you
to get
go.
on the
Tony,
holes? That's the
you
problem.
tell your wife, Jenny. I don't know why I said your wife.
Hmm.
Her name's Jenny.
Why?
I got a great deal. That's always a great way to start because then you're
That's
like,
true.
I spent money, but I'm actually saving.
Jess
money.
is right. You never really got to give solid numbers unless they ask.
Because wives love
Yeah,
money.
That's right.
Correct.
As
That's
Zaslow
true.
Right.
says.
Oh,
According to
yeah.
Zaslow. Yeah.
I really do.
So what was it? What was the?
Apparently, Danny's
I got a
dad
deal.
is 5'10", by the way. So you guys are all offensive.
That's impossible.
Well, that's what I
I
just heard
got
in my
a
ear.
deal. I'm gonna write.
I saw.
I never said Danny's dad.
No, I know
wasn't
you did. No,
5'10".
I said-
I said Danny was 4'11", which was offensive. He's
Okay, so
4
then,
inches taller than that.
so then I tell her, hey, I got a deal, right? But now I need to carve out time to go play. So we're thinking Niners at a local hole. Not
I like
anything
it.
super
no,
nice,
that's
right?
that's the option.
This
for sure.
sounds like I'm gonna have time to play video games, guys, and then that didn't happen.
Funny enough-
this is feeling like
Funny
that
enough,
situation.
funny enough, my buddy calls me yesterday. He's like, "Yo, 26 dropped." And I'm like, 26 what? He's like, NCAA 26. Are you not playing? And I'm like, buddy, I haven't played in 6 months. How old is my kid? 6 months. I haven't played in 6 months. So,
Wait, so are you saying we were all right about that? Because I would like.
oh yeah, no. I said
apology.
no.
He
I said,
admitted it, yeah.
I admitted that like months ago, where I was like, yeah, and there's a family of spiders living on my PS5 right now. That's cobwebs everywhere. And it sucks, but whatever. Maybe with 26, I can tell Jenny, hey, give me a couple,
A little something.
Yeah, I don't
But then
know.
I got to choose between playing video games and then going out to the course. The problem is,
I mean, if your relationship's a true equal match, then you have to give something in return to get something, right? Like,
correct.
Jenny, I'll give you all day Saturday, go do whatever you want. If you give me 4 hours on Sunday, I'm going to play a round of golf, right? There's got to be a little exchange, a little
Yeah.
transaction.
That keeping track gets ramped up when the kids come around. Man, the first 10 years of my relationship,
I'm having a headache listening to this.
there
This
was
is
no keeping score of anything. It was
Yeah.
just like, you do what you want, I'll do it. I'll go out when I want. Once you have a kid, it's like, you did this and this and this and this since I've done anything. So I'm going to
Chris,
do
it sounds like
this
you-
and this and this and this the next 3 weeks. So take that. And I'm like, do whatever you want because I want to live my life. Please do things. Please do things. So I can do
that
things.
you can do things.
I mean, it's just
I
like
got
I can't make you do things. Sorry, is this coming like it's real? This is riffing right here. This is not a real.
this
thing.
is off the top.
This is me just riffing.
I don't know about
He's
that.
heard that this is something.
This is and
right.
what I've heard
Please,
from my
I mean,
friends.
do things.
One thing that so obviously Liam and I don't have kids, but he is someone with a very time-consuming hobby, which is that he kayaks and fishes a lot. And when he goes kayaking and fishing, he's got the car, so I don't really have the ability to leave the house and do anything because we share a car. And so, he asks permission, not that he really needs to, because I always say yes, but I do I appreciate that he has this because then if I want to do something for a day by myself, there's really no conversation that needs to be
Right.
had, right? It's like you have your thing, I do my thing, we
Boom.
make it work, we talk about it, we communicate,
It's a gag.
and there's never an issue.
So we have the kids version of it. We have the together but no kid version of it. Let's go to the single person
Yeah.
version of it. How is it over there on your island.
Do you get mad at yourself?
I see your island over there. Your island looks nice. What's going on over there?
My island is the best.
This island is him looking in the mirror in the morning, being
Correct.
like, "You've gone out 3 times this week, you piece of shit."
Yeah, there's times.
it up.
Recently, I've woken up on Saturdays and Sundays, and I looked in the mirror and I go, "Oh wow, we don't got to do anything." All right, and then we lay down on the couch, and then we might take another nap like an hour later. The pre-noon weekend nap, glorious.
Just to close the loop, apparently your brother has purchased clubs from Danny's dad before.
How many clubs does Danny's dad have?
See Tiger Woods? What's going on over there?
He's like a broker.
I've never seen his dad golf ever.
Former golf coach.
Sure.
Didn't make
What?
that up. Just told me in my ear.
The Benitez family.
Yeah, what do the
loves
Benitez-
teaching sports?
What do they not coach?
What do the Benitez not do?
Seriously.
Tiger Benitez.
So yeah, I gotta try and figure it out. And what my issue is that obviously there's a lot of my brother's friends that we have mutual friends in common. So I can't go out there to the course and look like a fool. I can't be the guy that halfway through the rounds like I'm here to have fun.
Yeah.
That
No,
nobody
Tony,
likes that guy.
I fell into the trap earlier this year of I'm going to try to do a lot of practice because I played in a golf tournament like 2 weeks ago and I was like, I finally have some time where I can play a lot and practice a lot. I'm going to get really good for this golf tournament. So I was practicing a lot. I was hitting the ball like really, really well. But the morning I woke up for this tournament, I was like, oh man, like this is so fun. I'm going to have a Bloody Mary. I'm going to have some high noons. I played so bad. I was like, what was the point of all of this?
the work.
Like, I'm buzzed, I'm hot, I'm sweating, I am playing like shit, and it doesn't really matter. It's like a charity scramble for the Golick Foundation. But I was like, I put all this work in and I still just am so mediocre. What's the point?
That's the thing. Like I'm usually the vibes guy on the course. We're having fun. We're doing our thing.
Just be the vibes guy.
Yeah.
You don't need to be more than the vibes guy.
I can really get like one or two shots around where you're like, wow,
Yeah.
that was a nice shot.
That
and
was
that's
like-
kind of what I live for
But
when
that
we
was
played.
That was like at your not to like that was like when you were
Like playing.
that, you know, even then it wasn't
Yes,
like it
no,
was
100%.
sporadic. So that's why I don't know why you're putting all this pressure on like as if
It's that I haven't
Right,
golfed
you're not
in
gonna
so
get really
long.
good.
you're not trying to get back. Like you're,
course,
you're
of
probably
course.
going to be similar. You're an athlete. Like
Of course.
it'll be similar. I
The
think.
thing is, when we played, I was playing maybe like once a month, right?
Okay.
Like I'd go out
So that was you in rhythm.
a little bit.
I'm kidding.
A little bit. I mean, no, I'm not a
Right.
great golfer. Like it is what it is. But
Yeah.
now with all this time taken off,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a little worried about the rust.
You're worried you're going to be really bad.
Yeah, and then I'm
you're
gonna have to go to the
hold
vibes
people
guy
up.
early. And no, I don't want to go to the vibes guy early. Vibes guy comes out of
But-
like hole 9, 10. We made the turn. We had a couple more beers. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but see,
A bachelor party golf is always vibes though. Like it's
Yeah.
rare that like during a bachelor party round of golf we're like, all right, we're keeping track. No gimmies.
That's
no
what I'm-
gimmies. No like
no
like,
mullies.
But see, that's the thing. If you start off as the vibe guy, then all you can do is impress.
sure.
So you go out there, vibes guy, hole 1. All of a sudden, you get a couple, good holes in, and you're
shots,
like, oh
right,
man,
yeah.
Tony, what are you
Yeah.
doing? And then you just play it off when he starts sucking.
Yeah. Oh, I don't really care that
High
much.
noons are hitting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
stuff
you're
like
right.
that.
Can I ask you guys a question? Last weekend was 4th of July and it was on a Friday, which I contend is probably the 7th worst day for the 4th of July to fall on. When you woke up Saturday and
Out of
realized
7.
it was only Saturday, was that was like maybe one of the best Saturdays
elite,
of
yeah.
my year. Like that was, and then Sunday I was like, it's still the weekend. This rules. Did you guys have the same experience?
But imagine
with
how
that?
good you would have felt if that was if the 4th
Thursday.
was Thursday and
Yeah.
you woke up on a Friday and you were like,
was
oh
off,
man,
yeah.
I got Saturday too and a full day Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess it depends if you get the Friday off or not.
'Cause that's
I
the thing.
Juneteenth was what, 2 weeks ago, and there was still a show on Friday, even though Thursday was off.
Yeah.
yeah. Juneteenth, though, we're still kind of easing into as a holiday. I feel because a lot of the country doesn't take it off yet. You
It
know,
is a
we
federal
do.
holiday. Banks,
Yeah.
stock exchange, everything's kind
But
of.
like that's the thing. So
Closed.
4th of July, we expect to have the Friday off, right?
yeah,
For the 4th of July. I mean, if it's on a Thursday.
Yeah.
If it's on a Wednesday,
That's,
That's
the
a-
worst. That's, why
that's
it's
a
the worst.
conundrum, right?
That's
That's
why it's
'cause-
the worst day to have it.
exactly.
The
'cause-
problem is now the calendar's flipped though. We have it next year on a Saturday.
yeah, which is terrible.
Which,
Absolute
what do we
worst.
do? Do we get
Absolute
do we
worst.
get the Friday or do we get the Monday?
No.
None.
What do you mean?
You
none?
might
There
get
has to
none.
be
Friday.
something.
You might get
do
none.
get a day.
You have to
but
get a day.
I think it's the Friday.
You might
it's
get the
observed
Friday.
on Friday.
Yeah, because Wednesday's tough. What do you do on Wednesday? You got to back to
Take
work
the rest
on-
of the week off. baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The 4th of July was on a Wednesday. Not, I mean, I don't know. I guess two
Couple years ago,
But
yeah.
did we get Thursday, Friday off? I don't remember.
No, it was. I just was bored. Like I didn't do anything.
And then when it's on a Tuesday, what do
Go
you do?
anywhere.
Do you get the Monday off and then you're back to work on Wednesday?
The extendo long weekend.
Nah, I don't think I'm
That's
like
why
that,
I'm
buddy.
saying it was great to do the holiday Friday because I did like I had family around and we were doing stuff Friday, and then Saturday I was like, I don't have to do shit. I don't have kids. I wake up, I do whatever I want. Lehman does whatever he wants. It was awesome, and then we got to do that again on Sunday.
Oddly enough, one of the topics: why does the night before a day off feel better than the actual day off?
Because you don't have to set an alarm, obviously.
I think it's also the anticipation of how much time you have.
It's kind of like Sunday scaries.
Yeah. Because Sunday you wake up, you feel great. By the time 2:00 comes, like now you feel like
I don't
you're on a
even feel
timer.
great on Sunday morning.
Really, just knowing the next
I mean,
day.
I
is
still
work.
like. I'm like, this is gonna be a fine day, but it's just like it's.
What about
it's
during
lingering.
football season though?
I do like that's
Football
true.
season, 9 a.m. You wake up,
Yeah.
you're like, I got
Can I say
the
something that
whole
may be
day.
controversial? Speaking of football season, obviously football season's like the most exciting sports time of the year that lasts 3.5 months. But I think
sprint.
July is underratedly a good sports month.
Yeah.
Make the case because I'm
Yeah, I
not
don't
feeling
know
that
about
right now.
that.
I
Keep
would
going.
I
I'll
would
make
give
the
you
case for
June.
you.
I would give you June. July. Make the case.
So June, I think, is properly rated because like the NBA season sort of ending, Stanley Cup's ending, WNBA season sort of still getting underway, Roland Garros. You got like some golf in there. June's fine. I think June's properly in its place. July, I think everyone accepts that it's one of the worst sports seasons, but then you get a sneaky day like this week on Wednesday. Do you guys know what camp days are in the WNBA?
Yeah.
They play like 11 a.m. tip-offs.
Early
for
games so
kids in
campers can
camp.
go. Right.
There was 2 camp games on, and Wimbledon, Sinner and Shelton were playing against each other, and I was flipping around, and I was like, it's 11 o'clock on a Wednesday, and I'm flipping around between some high-quality
So
sports
you're
right
willing
now,
to
and
give
it's July.
You're willing to give the entire month of July for a random Wednesday where you just happen to have a good Wimbledon quarterfinal and camp day in the WNBA.
No, because, okay, the middle Saturday of Wimbledon is great. I watch tons of WNBA games. I like MLB, the All-Star break. I always watch the home run, even though it's not as good as it used to be when I was a child. It's still fun. There's just like, for how bad of a reputation the month gets, it's underratedly pretty solid.
I think the back end of the month, rookies reporting to camp starting up in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a weak argument too.
I mean,
It's
no,
like,
but-
you're
but,
just so you're just saying
football
that
starting
you're,
up
outside
again.
of-
putting in the anticipation of football into your sports
Outside
feed.
of
Yeah.
just like
Not-
when you're
yeah.
driving into work, you hear them on the radio say rookies
reported
reported
Yeah.
to camp. Like what's
You get a
exciting
story
about
about Joe Burrow not ordering a Batmobile. Like,
People
that's
actually
exciting.
ordered it and then canceled it, which is actually
Right.
yeah.
Which
Was that
is
him being
sad.
frugal?
I think him realizing this is a stupid
Do
fucking
you think it
thing
costs
to
him
No,
any
I
money?
think-
Like does that like do you
If
does
you
he,
have to put a deposit
That's
down.
what I mean. Like
do. I don't know. Gotta get the details.
Well, Tony, I think he got his house robbed, and he
Right.
was like, maybe I don't need the flashiest car.
I would think
on
a
the planet
Batmobile
parked at my car,
would be a
at my
deterrent.
house.
I would think a
My car parked at my car.
Batmobile would be a deterrent.
Oh, it'd be
of
like,
people
oh,
robbing me. I feel like I'd be
This guy
more
knows.
likely
This guy's Batman.
to get robbed.
this guy might be
if
Batman.
I didn't
Let
have
me
a
not do this.
Batmobile.
This guy.
Burrow's
like
got
it-
a garage, right?
If I had, but I'd leave it in the front. Like I'd be like,
Leave it in the
"Shit,
front yard."
You either think
It gets
shit,
rained on.
Batman's here. I better not rob this house.
At the minimum, Batman is here right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not
Right.
that he lives here. Yeah. Good call, Chris.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That is interesting. Chris, where was that when I brought up that topic on the show?
You know, it takes me a while to.
He was processing
It's a
it.
slow
He just
burn.
thought of it.
Right, that's what happens all the time. You have a good idea, then all of a sudden you're in the shower later, like, damn, I should have said that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess my point is, for a month that we all agree is one of the worst of the sports calendar, it's really still a great sports month.
So you're saying even though it's the worst, it's not the worst.
I would say it's the best of the bad sports months.
So, but if it's not July, then what is the worst month?
That's the thing. Every other month kind of has something to
Exactly.
it, right?
August is up there because, like, week 0 is usually the last weekend of August. Like,
Yeah,
the
but you
first
got
3 weeks
camp
of
going
August,
on.
there's.
You got footballs in
Fantasy
the
I'm
air.
with you. I don't know if there's another. I think it's all because it revolves around the football
I
calendar.
think July just
honestly.
has to eat it.
So August, September,
Whatever.
October,
I'm just saying it's
November,
not that
December,
bad. It's
January,
not
that bad.
February.
If you love baseball, it's not that bad.
Yeah, if you love baseball, man.
Because I like the
loves
WNBA, but like, well, I just came off a month where I had two, like Jesse, you said, 2 sports wrapping up, all this other stuff going
yeah,
on.
Right. You need
There's
a
a game
breather.
every
Yeah,
day.
like that's a thing too. Like that's my main problem with European club soccer. there's always so much soccer getting played. I need to miss you a little bit. Like that's the best part about the NFL coming back. That first week, you're like, hell yeah, we're
Yes,
back.
we
You
are
know what I
back.
mean? Same thing in college football. You're like, hell yeah, we're back. You know,
That's why I'm anti-expansion of the calendar, because as much as I love more games, I need the scarcity because I need to really appreciate
Correct.
those 18 Sundays.
like that girl in high school that got away. You know,
Yeah.
she left. She had to bring her back. I didn't appreciate her until she was gone.
February, you got the Super Bowl. You got NBA All-Star Game festivities. You got hoops.
Yeah.
Hockey's going on.
Hockey's going on. You've got college hoops going, and then you've got March. You've got
The European
March
soccer's
Madness.
going. Yeah.
April, the Masters.
No, it's got to be July. Sorry,
Opening
July.
day.
Sorry, July.
Would you guys rather be royalty 1,000 years ago or an average person today?
Am I
Royal-
going to get guillotined?
I can't answer that.
That's true.
That's a.
I guess it wasn't invented.
You
yet,
run that risk, I
1,000
think.
years
Yeah,
ago.
but you can get like
But you're
stoned by
royalty,
the.
so you're
A
like,
1,000 years
Yeah.
ago, there wasn't plumbing, so I
That's
think
true. Yeah, but you didn't
having
know it-
plumbing now is like
But you're do-
probably better.
But you're doing that through the lens of I know plumbing.
2025,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like back then, you didn't know. Like
there were
everybody
no
was just.
antibiotics.
You don't know what antibiotics were. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, this guy cut his finger cutting a steak. He lost his finger.
it's
He
like
had
you're
gangrene.
38. You're like, this guy's lived a long life.
Yeah.
Women died at like 22 in childbirth.
that's what I'm saying,
Even
Oh
nobility.
wow, she's going late into her years unmarried. She's 14. Like you know, it's like that's how it was. Like you know.
So you pick an average person now?
I
I
think,
mean,
Let's pick who the
depends what-
person
how
is.
you define average, I guess.
I think yeah.
Am I Chris Cote or am I
No,
like?
I mean, I hate to say it.
He's above average.
Yeah.
Kid's above average.
That's what I'm
Did you see him
saying,
this weekend? He was above average.
I didn't mean that. In
I
a
don't
meme
know.
Like this.
The comforts of a normal life might be better today than being royalty back then.
Are you saying like a
I
middle
meant
class,
more like
middle
you're
American?
a regular Joe.
Would you
But I
rather be
guess-
Ethan Badowski or royalty in
Ethan lives good too.
A lot of the
Don't let him
royalty,
fool you.
but the royalty isn't really looked on positively back then. I don't feel.
Depends.
No, I don't know. I'm
Depends.
sure there's a lot of people that really hated them.
There's a lot of
there were
people that
constant wars.
Yeah, and then,
right?
like, sure.
constant
and
conquests.
constant wars now.
No, but there's constant wars. You're picking up these peasants, have no idea who the hell you are. Hey, go fight this random French guy for me.
Yeah.
You know, like for no
yeah.
reason. Then, when you get back, by the way, I'm going to take half your land and tax the land you do have. You know, like they weren't really popular, I don't feel. Yeah. You know?
What if you're like William the Conqueror? Would
Attila
you
the
rather be
Hun.
him or Ethan?
I don't know.
Genghis Khan.
Ethan has air conditioning.
Ethan gets to go to El Bagel whenever
Correct.
he feels like it.
Yeah,
It's true.
whenever-
Like,
whenever-
It's not that bad.
He bought an Emmy.
I got that off of a Would You Rather
Okay.
website.
Do we have
subreddit?
anything else?
Yeah,
to get
Well,
on?
I actually found one that says the kinkiest and dirtiest Would You Rather, but it's just the lamest question.
Okay, hold on. Let's go. We got 2
Would you
minutes here in
rather
this segment. Go.
Would you rather handcuff someone to a bed or be handcuffed to a bed?
Are you
It's
just, what are you
just
doing
so-
afterwards? You're like going to work.
Taking my wallet. George Costanza
Would you
style?
rather
I handcuff someone to my bed and I just leave.
Would you rather accidentally say I love you during sex or fart during sex?
Oh, give me the fart all day. Yeah.
I mean, this question doesn't really hit for me, Tony, and Chris.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know. For you guys, it's different. You're hopefully doing both.
Hell yeah.
Would you rather always finish in 1 minute or never be able to finish?
Wait, Chris, what was the one you said earlier
Oh, what was it?
about holding hands?
Oh, would you rather? What was it?
Give me the 1 minute.
Oh yeah. Would you rather never cuddle again or never hold hands again? I'll give up hold hands.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
not
too.
that I'm a big cuddler. I can get in and out with the cuddling, right?
Nah, there's some
I'm not going
elite-
to sleep that way.
There's some elite cuddling moments, dude. Yeah.
For about 30
Will
seconds,
doesn't
and I'm
like when I do
good.
either.
Let's watch this movie cheek to cheek. 20 seconds later. All right, I'm gonna roll over.
It's hot.
Cheek to cheek is not cuddling.
an
That's the ass to ass impasse.
Yeah. that's not great.
No, he means
No, I meant
face
our
to
cheeks. I
face.
meant
Different
face
kind of
cheek.
cheek.
Hey, yeah, it's a little-
He means face
No
to face.
way.
wow.
Ass to ass impasse.
Cheek to cheek with your. You touch face skin?
I mean, they're just.
That's a little weird. Yeah. Usually it's like
Doesn't
head
your
on
stubbly
shoulder.
beard like scratch her face?
I was doing that.
All right, what else we got?
You
Yeah.
meant ass.
Nowadays, the cuddling is just like our feet like grazed each other.
Do you ever hold toes?
I'll give a little like sometimes I'll go a little like with my foot, like I'm looking to pinch with my toes. Like, what can I get? Like, here.
Hell yeah.
No, I mean like put your toes like intertwined.
Intertwine,
with
of
Christy's
course.
toe-
Yeah,
Kyle's
yeah.
toes. So.
Big feet
Yeah.
guy. Big feet guy.
Big feet guy.
All right, you guys keep talking while I find.
We got 40
here.
seconds, so you got to get the really good ones.
I just really love the term ass to ass impasse, and I know exactly what that is. That's when you're done cuddling for the day. The day's
Yes.
officially over.
You turn over.
We're touching cheeks. We're going to sleep. That's
Right.
it. Yeah.
No funny business.
Yeah,
We're
no,
done.
no.
No, no. The funny business is
That's
over.
why you're facing
Correct.
that way.
No, we're done here. This is the official end of business day. This is it. Our
EOD?
yeah, that's it. We're done here.
You got 15 seconds.
Turn off the
now.
TV when
Would
you're
you
done.
rather hook up in absolute silence or hook up with the same song playing every single time?
Jesus Christ. That's actually a good one.
I'd probably take silence.
What's
take
the
the silence.
song?
Yeah. What's the song? Good to pick.
No, I don't know.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
It's time for You Betcha, which is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Now, sometimes we make some recording mistakes. Sometimes we give you MLS wagers that are that night, and you don't realize until you get home. So guess what? You have to redo it the next day, and that's what we're here to do. We want to give you the best on You Betcha. Now, the Club World Cup's winding down. PSG has been on a roll. European champions. They have likely the Ballon d'Or winner in Ousmane Dembele. They've just beaten Real Madrid, shut them out, shut out Bayern Munich, shut out Inter Miami. So PSG on an incredible run. Chelsea an unlikely finalist, but they are there. So we're going to go heavy on PSG. I think their incredible run continues. We're going to take PSG money line to win in the 90 minutes. We're going to take over 1.5 PSG goals. I originally had Ousmane Dembele, but I'm a little worried because they do seem to spread the ball around a lot and get a lot of goals from a lot of different places. Now, this is the tricky one. I'm usually really big on both teams to score. I don't know if I'm big on Chelsea scoring. They've shut out Bayern. They've shut out Real Madrid. I think this one ends in another big PSG win. So that's You Betcha. PSG money line over 1.5 PSG goals. No, both teams to score. Back to the show.
You betcha.
You betcha.
Would you rather only be able to make barn animal noises during sex or only be able to speak in SpongeBob's voice during sex?
Did you make that up or you read that
I'm
one?
ready.
I did.
I'm
You read
ready.
that one?
I did not make that up somehow.
What is that guy into?
These are
Both.
so dumb. This is going to be the last one. We're going to move on from this ridiculous. Would you rather swear off sex entirely or only have sex during orgies the rest of your life?
That's an easy answer for me. I don't know about you guys.
Nice. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
None for him.
None.
Going
I'm
celibate.
done with it.
All right.
Done with it forever.
Chris, me and Mike have noticed something.
Oh, God.
And you come into the studio every day,
Okay.
and you're a stalwart here.
This tea.
The tea.
I was
so you
going to
get a
say
tea at
this is the
Starbucks.
venti Starbucks.
The
Yeah,
venti
it's the
Starbucks
venti.
tea that never gets finished.
Correct.
That's not true. You Fuentes
Chris,
is doing this thing today
no.
and never gets finished.
Chris.
It's not finished today.
You walked in at 8 a.m. You have half the glass left.
Well, the ice melted.
Just
Well,
get a
first of all,
just get a grande.
Can I not enjoy my beverage how I
No,
want?
you absolutely
First of all,
can.
Yesterday I finished it. Like I
wasn't
don't
here
know
yesterday. I
this
didn't-
thing.
In
of,
Chris's defense, I've been nursing this nitro cold brew since around 8:30 this
Right.
morning. There's probably a fourth of a cup of it left, and I'm just taking little sips throughout the day to.
But that's not a fourth of a cup.
micro-caffeinate
That's half the
myself.
cup.
Half the
left.
cup
you know why I go?
for the
So this
camaraderie.
interaction right
yes,
here.
I get it.
I get they write on my cup. Usually it's like have
Chris,
a great
what does
day.
it
This is
say?
a lazy one today. Today it just says enjoy.
Chris, I'm not saying
And you're
don't
not
get
even
it,
enjoying it.
but I'm not saying don't
did.
get it. I'm saying just size down. Just size down. It's less sugar, less calories, and you won't throw away half of it. You're not going to finish
Don't
that.
calorie count me, okay? Don't do
Okay,
this.
I'm just saying.
But first of all, I'm not like first I didn't drink it. So why is it my money you're worried about?
No, it's just you always leave half of it. So what's the point of getting the
I
big one?
don't always leave half
Yes,
of
you
it.
do. Chris, more times than not, I'm going to hawk that fucking thing from now on. And every time, I'm going to send you a picture.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you a picture every time.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to add up the math, how much money you could have saved not doing this.
Venti ice peach green tea lemonade.
It's not sweetened though. Like there's no additional. I know I'm not saying it's healthy, but
Yeah,
like,
No, yeah, I
it's
just-
not-
I was reading
it's
what
not
it was.
overly sweet.
But it's just funny that I see it not finished more than half the time.
So what if you did go one size down?
I'd probably finish it every day.
That's what I'm trying to get
there
at.
would probably be a few days a week where I'm like, man, I wish I had another sip. Wish I had a little bit more.
I don't know if that's
Thank
true.
you, Jess. That
I don't know if
deserved
that's
it all.
true, honestly.
All right. You guys
As
feel
someone
better
who
now? You
said
got it off your
2
chest?
weeks ago, life is about the little treats and the rituals you have with yourself. I support Chris Cody's.
He's
little
still-
treat
Fuentes
in
said
his
that,
ritual
but he's
to
still-
never finish his venti tea.
Exactly.
He's still
right.
getting it. That's the thing. It's
I
just
saw
maybe size down.
walking down those steps the other day where I put the cup a few months back, like where I got shamed. I saw a wrapper for what are those? The Nutella snacks that we have around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone's gonna blame me for that. Who did that?
And you're getting ahead of it right now because it was 100% you, and you're like, who was that? But it was you.
Just gets me. No, it was not me.
No,
Actually,
no.
who was it?
I don't
Who do you
remember.
think it was?
I don't know. I know it wasn't you though, because I've never seen you grab his Nutella snacks
Thank you.
ever.
Thank you. I only
What
do
are the
that.
Nutella snacks?
I only do it at home when I steal my daughter.
It's like a Nutella thing, and then it has like little like cookie type
Pocket.
sticks.
It's like a pocket
It's like a
of
pocket
Nutella.
Nutella, and you scoop it out.
Somebody get one.
oh,
yeah,
a
I'll get
little
one.
pocket Nutella. Oh.
It might have been me. It
Oh,
might have been me. I don't think it was. I don't think it was, but it might have been me.
Wow, that is gross.
The issue is I remember having one not too long ago, and you know how in the book bags
It was raining, huh? It was raining outside. You didn't want to.
it might have been raining. I don't know.
That was my excuse.
My thing was that I went to put the garbage in one of those side pockets
Yeah.
of my book bag, and maybe it fell out because I couldn't find the wrapper when I got home. So it might be mine.
Wow.
It might be mine.
Very convenient.
No, I'm saying there's a 50% chance that it's
Wow. I
mine.
feel like it's more than 50 at this point.
50?
Because it could be somebody else.
Isn't everything a 50-50 chance?
No.
Like, is it a 50-50 chance that Cynthia talks right now?
Right. She's either going to
Or not.
or isn't.
70% chance now that she doesn't. Wow, I like these odds. You give me
I think
30% right now?
This is actually.
Give me 3-1 right now?
This is actually a Zaslow bit of just like everything is 50% chance of like it's either gonna happen or it's not. It's pretty dumb, but
You never know.
you never know. Oh, she spoke.
Yeah.
Hit on the 30.
The 50.
Hope you took that 50%.
Did you find it or
No,
not?
they didn't have any more. Regina's been off the last few days. So
How do you figure that? I can find 10 of them right now.
go be my guest? By the way, this episode of Mystery Crates brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, crown is yours.
How do we feel about an employee showing up to work with a mask on? That just like, okay, they're clearly sick.
Well, it depends. You have to start asking the questions.
Right.
Is it sickness? Is it allergies?
Okay.
Isn't that
Is
like
it somebody smells
Because
around here?
yesterday,
Isn't that like
Carmen,
HIPAA or something?
yesterday Regina
That too.
was wearing a mask all day, and now today she's not here. So I'm just like, she was clearly sick yesterday.
she said she had really bad allergies.
Okay.
But she didn't want to be sniffling all over her food.
No, I appreciate it, and she's the nicest person ever. But it's one of those things that when you see a coworker with a mask on, you're like, oh, I don't
Who had a
wanna-
mask on yesterday?
I don't want to go near them.
I did ask her though. I was like, "You okay? Everything good?"
Carmen.
Oh, Carmen. That's
What do
why
you,
she's
what do you
not
got?
here.
What do you got there, buddy?
Buddy, exactly what you said that
Oh,
didn't
I
exist.
thought it was a
It's her
Scoopy
middle
thing. I
name.
thought it was like the other one, not that.
No, dude,
Oh,
these. This is what.
Little Nutella
Jess, I
pouches.
miss
Oh,
you.
Tony knows exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
this guy.
wow.
Because
You fell into my trap.
these are the ones that we have here.
did
You were
you
talking
hear
about the scooping ones?
Did you
Yeah.
hear the part where he was like, this is me? He basically admitted it was
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I
as I was
didn't
walking
admit.
out.
I said
Yeah.
it might
But
have. been.
couching it with, I don't know if it was me.
I went to put it back here, but you know how when your arm is kind of.
That's what I do with my glasses every day. I never miss though. I always get them in there.
Yeah, but no. For some reason, my arm doesn't do it.
Yeah.
That motion.
Before we get too far away from 4th of July,
Chris avoided me on 4th of July.
I was gonna say, didn't you guys have plans to meet
No,
up in
that's-
the
we
island?
We definitely.
We were
had
gonna
plans.
link up, and
You flaked?
What happened?
He didn't
Chris
wanna-
looked like exactly where he wanted to be in that pool. He
that was the day before.
He was laid
Yeah.
up, not doing anything,
Oh, that was
loving
great.
life.
The keys, small pools.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I texted him the morning of, and I didn't even look at my phone again until like 5 p.m.
No.
Did you do the Billy thing where you put it in the safe and then put it away, like locked it away?
It was like in my
Billy
wife's.
puts it in a safe?
It was in my wife's beach bag.
He did it in the last vacation he went on one on. He said he put it in the
Oh,
safe.
he put it in
and
the-
left
in the
it.
hotel room
The
safe.
hotel safe.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. We had like a.
What if there's an emergency?
Our boat had a captain.
You won't
and
check it till 5.
I was like, he's like 20 or 30. You want to go to this sandbar that's close, or there's one over here and they have like a swing set your daughter can play on. And I was like, oh, let's go to the one with the swing set. It's like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm like, this will be a nice 20 or 30 leisurely.
Classic.
I don't know that
Classic
apparently we had to
charter
like go
captain.
out, so it was like 20 or 30 minutes, but it turned into like 45 minutes of like going 30 knots or whatever. Like it was like, I'm looking at my dad and my mom in the back of this boat, and I'm just like, I feel like I made a poor decision on the 20 or 30 minute drive. But anyway, so that took us far away, and next thing I know, it's like 4 p.m. and I'm hammered, and I look at my phone and I'm like, shit, where's Rodriguez's key?
Yeah.
That was a fun day.
That's about right.
Sorry about that.
That's all good.
It really wasn't personal. I would have loved to link up at the sandbar.
We did have a nice time at the sandbar. To Jess's point, you finish 4th of July, and you're like, man, we had such a great day. Boom. Saturday, we're going on the boat again.
Yep.
Sunday, boom, we're going on the boat again. You know what I did realize, though, and it made me a little sad? The vacation is not the same once you have a kid.
Yes.
Sir.
no
It's
shit.
true.
Yeah, but
Who saw that coming?
Of course, but like you don't realize it until you go through it, kind of thing.
Dude, just wait
Just
till
like the PS5?
Just wait till it's just
like video
you,
games.
your
You
wife,
missed that part
and your
earlier.
kid travel. Like you have the whole family with you here, so like you got help. Not like I don't know about the sleep part, but like you have people
no
around.
help in the sleep part.
But it gets. I don't want to say. I'll say it. It gets worse. Like, pretty much. Like the vacations that are just you, your wife, and your kid. Like it's just like, oh, where are we going?
Like the one you were on this weekend, Chris?
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
no, he had the
Well,
family.
no, that one was actually.
He
I
had the
had my family. Like as my daughter's gotten older, it's actually getting. I feel like I've
Easier,
Turned,
of
I've turned the
course.
corner. But like that, like 2 to 5, traveling with kids sucks.
And all their stuff.
It just sucks.
Dude, I packed the car full of stuff. We didn't even use half of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like the other thing, if you're getting on a plane, my parents, we road tripped everywhere until I was probably like 16 because my parents didn't want to deal with flying with us. And I totally get it now because I see parents at the airport and their little kid has like its own tiny little bag, but then they have to check like all these huge suitcases full of stuff. Just the sheer thought of checking a bag at the airport is enough to deter me from having kids.
Not to mention, I see like baby bags. I feel like they have 9,000 pockets.
Yeah.
And you're constantly opening the pocket and looking in there. Oh, is this thing in there? Is the baby badan, whatever the hell is in
No,
there?
it's
Is
not
this in
there.
It's
It's
not
on
there.
the
It's in
other
the
side.
other pocket, in
Yeah.
the other
It's
bag.
like Selena
And, yeah.
Meyer's bag in Veep.
Yeah, it's just never ending. It's just like you open it, it's an endless void of crap in there, and you're just like looking through stuff all the time. I can't wait to have my own.
Then you
I'm
gotta-
telling you, it's crazy.
And then you gotta get the stroller and then checking the stroller, but it's like it doesn't fit in the bag, so it's like a weird size, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do that. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but we made
Sorry,
it.
Tony.
But we made it.
But we made it.
Now imagine
you
my
make
brother
memories?
who has 2.
Yeah, we for sure made memories. We had a
That's
lot
all
of
that
fun.
matters.
We had a lot of fun, but sometimes as the dad, you get stuck doing a lot of things that are like take time out of the vacation. Like we were staying in a condo and it was like a second story, so I had to take all the stuff up the second story and like climb stairs with all this heavy stuff.
Also in the Keys, a lot of stairs.
A lot of stairs. A lot of
stairs
stairs.
in the
Well, things need to be elevated, you know.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
So small pools, lots of stairs.
Lots
Yeah.
of stairs. Yeah.
Hot.
Anything else? Very hot.
It's hot.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Can I say what one thing I don't like about the Keys?
Go on.
If you're staying in the Upper Keys especially, it's not quite like this in Key West. You have to get back on US 1 to basically go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like that you have to get on the highway to just like go to dinner.
Well, yeah, the main everything is US 1, and then if there's an accident on said US
You're
1,
fucked.
forget it.
Exactly.
Yeah, now
It's the
you're,
worst.
You're in traffic forever. That's why Memorial Day weekend, you don't come back Memorial Day weekend. You leave
gotta
like
stay the
Sunday
extra day.
night. Yeah, or
that's
you
why
stay
I
the extra
came
day.
stayed the extra day,
Yeah.
July 4th.
Because the traffic getting out, even with no accident, is at least 3 hours.
It was easier for us getting back Sunday than it was Thursday evening.
Yeah, it was tight.
That was.
Did you guys take Cart Sound or the stretch?
We were going to like Key Largo, the north, like the closest
northest
freaking
side.
one. It took
Closest
almost
one.
3 hours.
But I'm saying you took the stretch,
geez.
like
Yes.
the blue barriered stretch.
Yes.
Okay.
The one with like the fence. Like
Yeah.
the-
Next
Yeah,
time,
yes.
next time you take Cart Sound,
Really?
little wraparound.
That's
yeah.
not much better.
It's
It
it's a little
I was
better.
gonna say, yeah, it depends.
It's a little. But the thing is,
my-
everybody knows. All the tourists know about the stretch. They don't know about Cart
My
Sound.
ways said they were like the same, time wise. But
Yeah. What
Always lies
well,
sometimes.
what I was getting at about July 4th, the hot dog eating contest, bullshit.
Didn't see it.
Not even that. The way they eat it is bullshit.
Oh,
He-
it's
he-
so disgusting.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I watch it every year, and
Yeah.
every year I know I'm like I can't like physically look at the screen. And I looked this year, and I saw Joey Chestnut just like shit like coming out of his mouth. It was so disgusting. I started gagging. I was
Yeah,
"All
it's
right,
like
I
he
gotta
has
go. I
he
can't
has
do this. It's
three
so gross.
three dogs in one hand, shoving them into his mouth,
Ugh.
and then he has to turn. He gets the bread
And it's,
because you
like,
gotta eat
wet.
the bread, and he
Ugh.
dunks it in water. No one eats like that. It's
The
like-
wetness
Yeah,
of-
and then
of
it's
the bread.
They put the bread because they have to make it soft so they can fit as much in. Like if you're gonna do a hot dog eating contest, you have to eat it like every other human would
Wow.
eat.
that was the most disgusting
Game
thing
changer.
I had ever seen until I watched the Love Island game where they have to like transfer like a liquid
yeah,
through all their mouths.
The fake milk.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they're like spitting it into
That's
each other's mouths.
It's
Crazy.
just like it's like key lime pie, and
Yeah.
then it's like someone takes a bite, then you put it in the next person's mouth, next
No
person's mouth,
way.
next person's
No.
mouth,
Okay.
No
and then,
way.
and then the last person puts it into a cup, and
Yeah.
you have to get it past a line.
No
Yeah.
way.
So-
That's what I'm
Thank
like.
you.
These I know they all make out with each other on this
Yeah.
show, but I'm just like
In Love
this-
Island,
that cannot be a game.
They were
that
doing-
cannot
yeah,
be.
look,
You're the
okay.
last guy, and you're there like.
no,
Yeah.
listen, it wasn't like that.
That's
What it was
I'm on
is-
season 4. They did that. I'm on
don't-
season
I don't
4
remember.
right now.
In this season, they had like this farmer challenge where they had to squeeze. It was obviously fake milk or watered down milk into their mouth from like a fake udder, then turn to the other person and spit it in their
Get
mouth.
the
Go down
hell
the
outta
line.
Yes,
and,
and
it's
then
just like a
then they had to do some other thing. Yeah, and it was disgusting.
I'm not that desperate for love nor money to be doing all that. Nah, you miss me with that.
that's the
I'm
one that
good.
I was just like,
No,
oof.
that's gross.
Yeah, tough.
Like I
But
get it, you're all making out with each other, so I get the idea of like we've all swapped spit at this point, but it's just like I don't
then-
care if I don't want my wife spitting a bunch of liquid into my mouth.
This show is not about finding love, because this show, when they send people home, it's like, well, you really didn't really explore connections. You just been stuck on one person. Yeah, isn't that the point?
I love
It's Love
my
Island,
favorite
they
thing in
phone
that
them
show is when somebody clearly has no one, they're not in love with anyone, so they do the thing of, I'm gonna leave, and everyone acts like, you are such a boss. That was such a boss move by you. Acknowledging that no one likes you and that you're about to get kicked out of here, and being like, hey, instead of kicking me out, I'm leaving.
I quit.
Chris, give me your little sassy shuffle again.
That was great with the shoulders.
Yeah, little shoulder
Little
action.
shoulder neck action. Look at you go.
I do feel like my like internet algorithms think I watch Love Island because
of this,
probably
probably.
most of my contemporaries do, and I don't. And I keep seeing all these like, I can't believe Huda and Nick and Chelly. I
big
don't like.
kiss.
I don't
They
know
finally
who
had the
any
big
of these
kiss.
people
Yeah.
are, and it's just like constant. And I'm
Same.
like, I don't even know who's Huda. I don't know. That's
Who-
like, my lipstick.
Huda.
It's all against my will. I'm with you, Jess. I've never
Thank
watched
you.
it either.
It is forced upon you.
It's
a bit.
very poor.
Yeah.
Like between the conversations in the office, like Twitter, IG, like I know too much without even watching one single second of the show. It's crazy.
But just all this to say, the hot dog should be consumed as a single bun.
Yeah,
hot dog unit during the competition. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I agree. Also, when you wet it, doesn't it expand?
No, but it
No.
compacts,
Am I, like,
compact
crazy?
the bread.
No,
When
the
you
bread.
compact it, but like you swallow it, doesn't it like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
When they're eating the bun, it's
They're
super
not
flat.
doing the things that like we do when we eat.
Correct.
Things.
Yeah,
They're
that's true. Good
just
point.
like it's a much more
Yeah.
disgusting.
He's chopping
operation.
3 hot dogs at a time,
Well-
then dunking the buns, like packing them
I don't
together.
think
and eating
anything's
them.
being chewed.
Yeah,
No, it's
disgusting.
just you're swallowing it. Kind of. I saw the Nathan's lemonade drinking
Even
contest.
that-
That was crazy
even
too.
that
Like
made
he
me be like,
swallowed that in
sugar
under
bomb
30
in there.
seconds.
Blah.
Is that too big? Should they go down a size?
They should go down a lot of
Yeah.
sizes.
No, you want to know why? Because they finish it every time. That's why. You should go
Chris,
down
you
a
would
size.
lose that.
Yeah.
Speaking of unpopular opinions, which you just gave one of them, is that the one you added into the list?
I don't add any into the list.
There were some
Lies.
very interesting ones this week. So the first one, I've seen people say this a lot. It says summer is the worst season. It just has good PR. I would say that's a very Miami-centric take.
I think
because
it's a Southern United States take.
Summer
Yeah.
is absolutely the worst in Miami, and I hate it. But when I was growing up and living in the Northeast and the Midwest, summer was elite because the weather was awesome. You could step outside. Sunset's really late. It's great. And
But you wouldn't put it above spring or fall, I bet.
Well, you're saying that it's the worst. I wouldn't say it was ever the worst. I also never said it was the best. I would say it was like second best behind fall.
I would say it's third, probably. I would say it's
summer
fall,
year-round here, dude.
spring, summer. I get the winter. You have to shovel stuff. I love winter, obviously, but our winter here is elite. So
Exactly. It's different in Miami.
Correct.
Summer is unequivocally the worst in Miami.
Not even a question. I'm pretty sure it's the same in like Arizona and stuff too.
Well, I went to New York
Yeah.
like last week, and it was 104 for 3 days. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
not any
Oh, yeah.
better.
I mean,
over
The
there.
Northeast is catching
it's
up.
nasty. I'm not excited to be back in New York for the summer either, but it's still better than Miami by
1,000%.
shades.
I will say that because no,
Off
because
the,
when I
on
got
the
there,
off end, maybe.
104 and I'm stepping into the subway?
hold on, listen, and I'm
And there's still
telling
humidity.
you,
Still humidity.
There,
Yeah,
there
but it
wasn't-
might be 85 the next week and not
Correct.
still 104.
Correct, because I was there for 2 days. It was 101, 104. The humidity, yeah, it was there, but not as bad as it is here. And then it dropped like 20 degrees the next
Exactly.
day. So that was like, oh, this is great.
Exactly.
I'm in love with
That's what
this.
you're hoping for. You're
Yeah.
hoping for.
Oh,
a
that
big
was
dip.
definitely what I was hoping
Yeah,
for.
but if you don't get that,
No,
awful.
then I would have been
Yeah.
miserable.
Vegas
but
was
no.
hot.
Dude, that's okay.
Vegas was hot.
How it was like being in an oven, right?
Dude, it was like being in an oven. We did the live show from the stadium swim like upper banister, and the sun was like, when I tell you a spotlight on our thing, the
Did you not get,
computer
like, a
started to
tent?
overheat.
They,
No,
they
'cause
foregoed the tent, Jess.
No, the thing is, the area that we were in, the tent wouldn't have made a lot of sense because it was kind of like diagonal, so we could see the screen. So like mathematically, geometrically, wouldn't have worked.
they would have made it work.
Say that one more time.
Geometrically, wouldn't have worked.
I like that you're bringing out like an engineer to be like, mathematically, could a tent work?
And they were like,
With the angle of the sun at this degree.
they were like, they're like, I wouldn't.
Like mathematically, no. Theoretically, yes.
That's exactly right. It would have worked, but we decided to forego the tent, like was said, because I consulted with my math people, and they said, not going to work.
You have math
I
friends?
think Mike's opinion is the drone show take. Drone shows are boring. Fireworks are better.
Well,
yes or no,
I'm
Mike?
bored by both now.
You've seen one firework, you've seen them
Yeah,
all.
I'm kind of bored by both, to be honest.
It was nice to watch my daughter see the fireworks for the first time.
That's
that was awesome.
the only thing I
How old
enjoyed.
is she?
She's 6 months.
Yeah.
Does
That's the only
Sheena
thing I
get
enjoy.
scared or anything?
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, that's good.
At all. We put our little earmuffs on her. We were on the boat in the water on the Keys, so it was like a little bit of a different sensation
Farther
instead
away.
of yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a video of my nieces enjoying fireworks for the first time.
You,
That was
sound,
cool.
you sound thrilled about it.
No, I mean it was the only thing. It was more exciting than watching actual fireworks.
He's like, yeah, it made me so happy.
You know
I
what my
got
thing
a
is about.
video.
You know what my thing about fireworks is now. So I hang out with my friends and their cousins. They all have small kids, and their kids are pretty unruly.
Uncle
and
Mike.
They just don't listen. Yeah. So I'm just thinking.
Are
of my
you
whole
bringing
self.
an order to this, or
You
what
have
are you
one
doing?
eye?
No, I'm
Do you have
trying
one
to.
eye like my Uncle Mike?
But at the same time, I'm thinking, when is my night going to be ruined because some little idiot's going to get his fucking eyebrows singed off?
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or worse, make your eyebrows.
Why don't you
singed off.
change your plans?
No,
Why
because
don't you go
I
somewhere else.
I want to be
Some
with my
little
family.
idiot.
Yeah,
Some
but at
little
the same
idiot,
time-
some little
Bro,
shit is gonna blow
how
off
many
his
times
fingers.
does your mom have to tell you get away from there?
Yeah.
Before you realize not good. So the only way you're going to learn is you get
kids
a fucking,
often like
yeah.
just
But
standing by?
remember,
Yeah.
you too were a
Kids are
child who was
That's
also
fine.
being told, "Hey, step away from the
But
fireworks,
guess
you
what?
idiot."
Guess what? 40 years old, 10 fingers.
Yeah, you
It's
made it.
pretty-
so
eyebrows
far.
are
Good
here.
for
It's a
you.
pretty natural reaction when I see that. Like when you see the fuse catch, I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah, but the little kids don't understand
Some
that.
kids don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy in the wheelchair trying to like wheel away.
Back up, Terry. Back up, Terry.
Steak and eggs is gross. Another bad take by Mike Fuentes.
It's not the worst steak take on here, honestly. All steaks are better with
Yeah.
steak sauce.
That's an
Yuck.
awful
Oh, that's
take.
terrible.
Yuck.
That's terrible.
A1.
Thankfully, it's not mine.
That
Steak and eggs, I don't.
It's okay if it's yours.
steak and eggs is good. I like steak and eggs.
Not like I don't hate it, but is it my go-to? No.
Right.
That's more of a
I feel
home
like
cooked
in
meal
the
for me.
in the morning, I don't want to eat that
Steak.
Right, that's a little heavy. Like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
too
That
much.
just sounds like I'm gonna need a Pepsid.
Well, very,
as soon as I
very
move
protein
on.
heavy. It's
Like
probably-
9 a.m. at Denny's. Like, can I get a medium
It's also-
rare?
There are people that do that.
It's also time and
Why?
place, right? I'm not going to order a what's it called from there. Like,
You know
a
what? Maybe
nicer
this
place
is
for
a good
brunch,
take because I
maybe?
think I agree. I think
Yeah,
I
you just-
agree.
yeah,
So
just
the
made-
more, like I'm thinking about, it, I'm like I don't want that.
Yeah,
I
you
like
made,
steak
you made
and
the
I like
case
eggs.
for it.
Hold on,
there
but
you
is
go.
it gross or is it just not what you want at that particular time?
It's gross depending on the time of day.
I've got to say, I've had more steak and eggs for dinner than I had for breakfast.
It's
Steak and eggs for dinner is
For
great.
dinner
I
sounds
love
good.
Steak and eggs slaps at like 2 a.m.
There's not, well,
heavy.
What is this?
There's not
Denny's
a lot-
after a club.
I'm just saying, like back in the day, like I'm not.
After a club.
I haven't done it in a decade, but like
if you're eating something like that at 2 a.m., almost anything's going to slap.
That is true.
You're
That's
probably,
Good point.
you're
Your
probably
taste buds are probably not all
different
there.
realm. Yeah.
What about a steak and egg like taco or burrito? That's a different. I think
Oh, that's
a
different.
like
Now
that.
that's
We're talking,
different.
sister.
That's
Yeah.
a different story.
carne.
Breakfast burrito? I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
in for that.
Yeah, steak and egg breakfast burrito. I'm back in on
Some
steak and eggs.
cheese on it.
With
Yeah,
a,
okay.
with a little nap after.
No, dude, no nap. Go do what you got to do.
It's Saturday. Hey,
Don't worry about
Attack
it.
the day.
Hey, the kid's up and ready.
Hey,
she
buddy.
doesn't think you need a nap. She needs to go.
it's Saturday, and I don't got kids.
You've napped the last
sounds
3
like a
days.
son of a
You
problem.
napped yesterday. You napped the day before that, and this day.
So you get to go home and nap now, huh?
I hate naps, honestly.
Oh,
I
now
think a
you
key
hate naps,
component
okay.
about entering your 30s is realizing which breakfast foods are going to make you feel like you have to nap afterwards and
Facts.
then choosing not to eat them.
That's a good
Because
call.
in my 20s, I would just go to brunch and then I'd be like, well, time to nap until 4 and that's my Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit anymore. I got shit to do.
Yeah, I do
Responsibilities.
notice that like 8 years ago, I was much more prone to like have the like weekend brunch get messed up 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now I'm just done for the day, but now there's always something to do after. I gotta go to my mom's house, get something, or my brother needs help with this, or you know.
Your brother always needs help, dude. What's up
I
with
know,
that?
know. Be
my
like-
guy.
Seriously. His
Quite the
kids
videos
are
of his
like
kids,
running
and then he's
around
like, "Come help me."
fires and
Yeah,
I need
no,
you to
no,
empty out all
his
the lunches
kids,
that I took home this week.
his kids don't do that. It's the cousins' kids that do that shit.
Oh,
As
so
his
kids
brothers,
listen.
as his brothers listening to him talk shit right now, he's like, no, let me correct it. It's not my nieces that are like that. It's my cousin's kids.
Being obsessed with a perfect lawn is weird. I agree.
yeah, I agree. Find a better hobby.
Obsessed, yeah. I mean, being obsessed.
Can I
You can be-
compliment?
You can be interested in having a nice one, but obsessed with a perfect one, too far.
Yeah.
Am I weird? Because when I was in Jersey, I complimented my cousin's lawn. I was like, oh, that's a good.
No,
it looks
that
good.
is-
Can
that
I
is- No,
compliment?
Are they
I'm sure-
obsessed? Are they
Oh yeah,
obsessed
that's
with
a
it?
great compliment.
I'm sure they
Right?
love that.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
as
there
a
were-
middle-aged man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he sure is.
He's
And
probably like, oh yeah.
What is he working at Augusta? Like everything's got to be perfect.
I don't know, but it was like that two-tone, but it was nicely mowed. I was like, oh, it looks nice.
two-tone.
Yeah, it was like that.
Two-tone
it's-
grass.
It's like,
what do you mean by that?
It's
Just-
like, different
It's
variations
just one of the things.
green.
She said it. Just let it go.
no, no, no.
Like, you don't have to, like,
I didn't know if that. I'm not a lawn guy. Like
I'm not a lawn chick either,
Okay,
but
no,
I'm just
I
saying
thought
it looked
maybe you
like
learned.
two-tone green.
where my lawn
I don't
chicks
know.
at?
That seems like a would you rather have a perfect lawn or have sex with your wife?
Yeah.
Put
Might
that
be
on
hard
the
for
poll.
some people to decide.
That's facts.
Might be hard, I bet.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Go ahead.
one topic I want to do in our minute we have left here.
Oh, wow.
I'm furious about this no shoes thing.
Why?
I want my money
What
back.
no-
Yeah, bro, I paid for this privilege. TSA pre-check, bro.
Yeah, but I get other privileges now.
For those who don't know,
I want to TSA.
I'm in my own line.
They're gonna take away the shoe thing. You have
The
to-
shoe rule.
You can
But
leave
that's
your
for
shoes
other
on.
people at the other thing. I don't
I
care about
know,
them.
but now I had to pay for that. I think my TSA pre-check should be reduced.
But you pay for $85 for like 5 years.
Exactly. I should pay 65 because now everybody keeps their shoes.
But
on.
are the
now-
lines still going to be shorter? And will they even be better for everyone now? Because the regular line will move faster because people don't have to take their stupid
That's what I'm
shoes
saying.
off. That's
so now the
TSA
pre-check
pre-check
defeats
should-
the
Positive for
purpose.
Yeah, but I hate
everyone.
taking my laptop out of the bag.
that I'd really hate that too.
And I have to put it in a
and you have to,
separate
if you
bin.
have a camera too, if you're flying with equipment, you have to take that shit out.
9 bins?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here?
Would you rather be blindfolded or gagged?
Hey, what is this kind of show?
It's a family show, buddy.
Like,
Blindfolded.
if I'm being kidnapped or like, are these the sexy questions?
See ya.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.